Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now there's less than 11 hours to go until this breakout signal confirms on the 3-day time frame, which we need to pay attention to. But right now, in the short term, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are running into a bit of short-term resistance, which we also need to pay attention to. So more on that later in the video. Definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now the price of Bitcoin is still in this bullish trajectory while the RSI is still playing out the breakout, and of course we still have bullish momentum showing up in the daily Bitcoin MACD. So as of right now, in terms of these momentum indicators, technically speaking, based on these indicators, we are simply looking more bullish than bearish on the daily time frame. And on top of that, as I also mentioned in my last video, we now have higher highs on the daily Bitcoin chart and of course higher lows, which is technically a signal of an uptrend on the daily time frame. But with that being said, we need to keep an eye on the daily Bitcoin RSI, because as this approaches overbought territories, that basically lets us know that we're getting a little bit too overheated and we're potentially due to see a bit of a cool off to help reset the RSI. But as of right now, there's technically still some more room to the upside in terms of the daily Bitcoin RSI. And as for some important horizontal support levels and resistance levels here on the daily time frame, starting off with the resistance, I'll be looking towards these previous highs, which are sitting at around 22,500 and around 25,000 approximately. And as for significant support here on the daily time frame, obviously we still have this range of support which has not yet broken, coming to play in between around 18,500 and 19,000. And now if we zoom all the way out to the 3-day Bitcoin chart, right now, as I also mentioned yesterday, we are potentially finally seeing a breakout for this massive falling wedge pattern that has been forming on the 3-day Bitcoin chart for nearly half a year now, ever since around May to June. But once again, as I also mentioned yesterday, this breakout as of right now is not technically confirmed, because we need to wait to see a 3-day candle close in order to confirm this breakout to the upside. And obviously, specifically, the 3-day candle close needs to close when the price is above this line of resistance, which is sitting at around 19,500. And something similar can be said about the 3-day Bitcoin RSI, because right now, obviously, we're seeing a breakout in this indicator, but once again, this also needs to be confirmed with another 3-day candle close. And in case you're wondering, the next 3-day candle close is in roughly around 10 hours from now at the time of recording this video. And so if the price of Bitcoin can simply remain above around 20,000 ideally over the next 10 to 12 hours, then technically speaking, with this coming 3-day candle close, that would confirm this breakout to the upside with one bullish confirmation signal on this larger time frame. And in that case, if we do end up seeing this bullish confirmation signal with the next 3-day candle close, then technically speaking, based on this falling wedge pattern, that will set up a technical price target at around $28,000 per Bitcoin, and the full technical price target for the falling wedge is sitting towards the top of the wedge, which is at around 31,000 approximately. But it is important to mention that even if we see this bullish confirmation signal, which would activate these technical price targets on the chart, that does not mean that the price of Bitcoin is going to go straight to those price targets without experiencing any resistance. So as always, it is important to understand that we would also still have these other points of resistance along the way, which also have the potential to turn the Bitcoin price around. And so that is why it's always important just to keep in mind these levels of resistance that I just mentioned earlier on the daily time frame. And I will also mention some other levels of resistance on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, but first taking a quick look at the 8-hour Bitcoin chart, because right now the price of Bitcoin is technically still continuing with this breakout to the upside with a technical price target based on this symmetrical triangle pattern at around $23,000 per Bitcoin. And like I said yesterday, as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is roughly halfway between the breakout point and the technical price target. So obviously, congrats to those of you who actually took this trade, because so far, if you took this trade at the breakout, you're doing very well, obviously. But as of right now, just in the shorter term, the price of Bitcoin is currently getting a bit stuck with this breakout to the upside, and that is due to the fact that the price of Bitcoin is running into this golden pocket level of resistance, which I also mentioned yesterday, and that is sitting at roughly around 20.9k to 21k. And so at least at the time of recording this video, that is definitely the resistance that I'm currently watching for the price of Bitcoin in the shorter term. term. And once again, so far we have seen one initial rejection from that important range of resistance, which is technically a short-term bearish signal. But also, like I said yesterday, we needed to see a bit of a call off here because the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI is sitting in overbought territories, telling us that we're due to see a bit of a short-term call off. So once again, those of you who watched my last video on the channel, this short-term call off right here shouldn't really be that surprising. And now talking about some support levels in the short term, right now we still have some short-term support at around 20.3k. We also have some support at around 19.8k and some short-term support at around 19.1k if of course we break the prior support levels. And as for resistance, once again we still have some fairly strong short-term resistance at around 20.9k to 21k, but above 21k, if we end up seeing a short-term breakout here, then the next resistance level that I'll be watching is sitting at around 21.7k, and beyond that, then I'll be looking closer towards around 22.7k based on this local high. But once again, if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin price oscillators, in terms of the momentum at the moment, technically they're still looking more bullish than bearish, but due to the fact that the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI is still sitting in overbought territories, this is technically still a signal on the chart telling us that we're due to see a bit more of a cool off in the short term, which can either play out in the form of choppy sideways price action or a slight pullback in the price of Bitcoin to simply reset the RSI, which can actually give us some more room to the upside later on. But anyway, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, and right now the price of ETH here on the daily time frame is technically still playing out this bullish breakout. And as I explained yesterday, the moment we broke above around 1.4k with that daily candle close as confirmation, that was technically a bullish confirmation signal on the chart, telling us that we're potentially entering into a bit more of a trend reversal at the moment on the daily time frame, somewhat similar to what we saw back here throughout July this year. Because obviously back in June we had a massive crash in the price of ETH, leading into what was looking like a bear flag, but the moment the price confirmed a break above the resistance level for that potential bear flag, that was a strong bullish signal on the chart, telling us that we're potentially entering into more of a bullish trend on the daily time frame. And once again, we've seen a very similar signal going from a lot of bearish price action into what was looking like a possible bear flag. But like I said, the moment we broke that resistance level, that was a strong bullish signal on the daily time frame, telling us that we're potentially about to see more of a bullish trend at the moment on the daily Ethereum charts. And now if you're looking at the daily Ethereum price oscillators, right now they are still showing a lot of bullish momentum. And so technically speaking, as of right now on the daily time frame, we're still looking more bullish than bearish, although the daily Ethereum RSI is currently sitting in overbought territories, which basically means we're due to see a bit of a cool off sometime soon to potentially help reset the RSI. And once again, this also happened back during July, during that breakout right here. We saw the daily Ethereum RSI approach overbought territories, and as soon as that began to happen, we saw the price of ETH on the daily time frame basically pause the bullish move for a little while to help reset the RSI, which gave us some more room to the upside later on. And so this is potentially one reason why the price has gone almost sideways over the last one day for Ethereum. And I wouldn't really be surprised if we see a few more days worth of cool off here for the price of ETH. So basically reduced upside price action while the RSI resets to potentially give us some more room to the upside later on. And now if you zoom into the shorter term, taking a look at the 4-hour Ethereum to US dollar chart, right now the price of ETH is struggling around this golden pocket level of resistance, which is sitting at roughly around 1550 to 1560. And once again, while the price of ETH is tackling this resistance zone at the moment, we're also seeing the 4-hour Ethereum RSI well into overbought territories, which once again means that we're a little too overheated at the moment and we need some time to cool off before potentially having another leg up. Because overall, if you're looking at the trends in these price oscillators and also the trend in the price itself, we are still technically looking more bullish than bearish. It's just at the moment we need some time to cool off in the imminent short term to potentially give us some more room to the upside later on in the RSI, for example. And so if we take a look at some support and resistance levels in the short term for the price of ETH, right now in terms of supports, we actually have this golden pocket, which is acting as both support and resistance in the imminent short term because of the fact that right now there's quite a lot of liquidity in that price area. area. And so once again, this area is coming into play in between around 1550 to 1560. But if the price of ETH confirms a break back below around 1550, then I would expect support down towards around 1470 to 1480. Below that, then I'll be looking closer towards around 1.4k. And as for some resistance levels in the short term for the price of ETH, once again, this golden pocket is still somewhat acting as resistance. But if we see another leg to the upside in the short term, then the next resistance to the upside that I'll be watching for ETH is sitting at around 1650. And beyond that, then I would look towards around 1780, close to 1.8k, which is the local high back here. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, whether the price is going up, down, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to check out these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left of your screen shows you how to make a lot of profit in crypto if the price is either bullish or bearish, like at the moment. And the video in the bottom left of your screen shows you how to make money if the price is chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.